Internally, we have also deliberated over the issues at the academic board. Since the issues are being looked into, it may not be necessary discussing them in public. However, it is worth informing members of the Convocation to dispel any anxiety that will result from rumors and speculation. In the last meeting I had with the minister, he categorically said that 2 professors had come from Winneba to allege criminality, and we find such position quite intriguing. Student vandalism. An act of student hooliganism and vandalism occurred between Friday and Sunday, 31st to 2nd April 2017, during the SRC week celebration. Moderator of Convocation, colleagues, it is unspeakable how students could vandalize university property the way they did over the weekend, simply to vent their displeasure over somebody else's undoing. This is difficult to understand since the university has no stake in the event leading to the destruction. It is totally unacceptable and must be condemned outright. Students must learn to handle disagreement responsibly and with maturity. The Security Directorate has assessed the matter and presented a report to management and the Executive Committee of Academic Board. We will be forming a committee to look into the issues. In the meantime, the Executive Committee of Academic Board has met on the issue and has taken the following decisions. Henceforth, students must obtain clearance of the Dean of Students and Security Directorate before organizing any activity or event. All such activity and events should not go beyond midnight. Alcohol should not be used, displayed or advertised during all student programs on campus. A name was popping up frequently, Adonko or whatever that is. I hear it's a popular brand with some of us, the students. And so, understandably, many of them were massively pleased with the alcohol, and therefore it took the better part of their reasoning. Whatever that drink does, I think that we have banned all manner of drinks from being displayed. Significant events which have occurred since the last Convocation meeting. On the 16th February 2016, I met Convocation for the first time, during which I outlined my vision for the university. Since then, we have continued to vigorously pursue that singular agenda of making the University of Education an internationally reputable institution. As a result, the university has over the period witnessed and is still witnessing some notable expansion in infrastructure for facilitating academic and administrative activities in the university, increased opportunity for conference attendance, significant opportunity for support regarding higher degrees, among others. Today, I wish to present some of the major steps in that direction. As usual, a number of our staff have dutifully served the university and our nation, Ghana, and are retiring during the period of review. 34 staff of the university made up of 12 senior members and 1 senior staff and 11 junior staff retired from services during the period of the review. Prior to their send-off, a 4-day workshop was organized for the retirees on a number of topics. We also gave them parting gifts worth 3,300, 3,600 and 4,000 Ghana cedis were given to junior, senior, and senior members respectively. I would now dwell a bit on academic activities. Out of the 20,879 applications received for admission for various programs for the university in the 2016-2017 academic year, 12,508 candidates qualified. All qualified. 11,865 were admitted and are reopening new entrance number 9,001. All academic activities, starting from registration of courses, by both distance and regular students, lectures, end of first semester exam, and indeed academic calendar rallies course uninterrupted. The second semester is following suit, and we hope to end in 2016-2017 academic year, and a very successful one. So far, colleagues, the turnout of application is extremely low, and the situation looks very, very bad. Quite unsurprising, given the amount of bad publicity that this university had in the media. I'm sure people have lost their desire to come here. But we're hoping that there might be a radical turnaround, because this would have implications for the function of the various faculties. The 21st congregation was successfully done. Even though we realized 7% decrease in the numbers as compared to the 9,258 graduates for the 20th congregation, it is important to indicate that the number of first-class students increased by 24%. The April session of the 21st congregation has been put on hold, and this is due mainly to the dissolution of the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba. According to statutory procedures, the Chancellor, in the absence of the Council, should constitute congregation. We are, however, trying to see whether the Chancellor will be able to step in spite of his ill health. A section of us visited him on Tuesday, and it doesn't appear that will be the case, because he's not able. And so, until such a time that the council is constituted, graduation is put on hold. The lack of graduation is not a fault of this university, and so it is important that we bear that in mind. Within the year, a number of faculties of the College of Agriculture have been developed. Faculties have developed new programs, particularly the College of Agriculture, which are at different stages of receiving approval. They include BSc Natural Resources, BSc Veterinary Sciences, BSc Agribusiness Management and Entrepreneur, BSc Early Childhood and Care Education, BEd Psychology Education, MSc Agriculture Education, BSc Chemistry Education, Information Communication Technology, and Environmental and Occupational Health. We have, within the same year under review, created a new Center for Conflict, Human Rights, and Peace Studies, which was launched on the 19th of October 2016. It is expected that this center, which has the status of an academic department, would concentrate on independent research and provide in-depth analysis of conventional and non-conventional right processes in West Africa and beyond. It would also turn out graduates who will lead in peace processes and human rights issues. We have, within that same breadth, also expand our IED programs to include English language, mathematics education, social studies, early childhood education, among others. In the same vein, other degree programs such as Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Human Resource Management, Bachelor of Business Education, Administration and Accounting Studies, Early Childhood Education, Business Education, Mathematics Education, Bachelor of Arts in English Language Education have also been incorporated, and this has led moderator to structural changes implemented within the IED, and as a consequence of that, we followed up to open other centers at Pusiga, Ofinso, and Tamale. I have stated that during the last congregation that distance education mobile app has been mounted on Google Play Store for distance students. It is important to understand that the Institute of Educational Development and Extension, like most other faculties, is expanding. The work of deans is also becoming more and more challenging. We have, in one of our interactions with UTAC, listened carefully to some of their demands regarding how the faculties were being stretched and the need to create additional support for these faculties. This academic year, we will begin appointing vice-deans to some faculties. Colleagues, I wish to report that our collective efforts and sacrifice to make this university a model for others are yielding fruits as UEW continues to shine. For the period under review, the university won awards for reputation of our academic programs, prudent management practices, and effort to maintain green environment of the university. We won the International Star Award for Quality, Platinum Award for Best Practices, the greenest university in the world. Indeed, we placed 452 out of 516 universities in the 2016 University Green Metric World Ranking. If you look at some of the universities that trailed us, you would appreciate what 452nd position is about. What is important is that we must all be concerned about the university's image and visibility and work consistently on them in unison to ensure that we keep on improving on our performance in subsequent years. I want to congratulate all of you. I believe these little accomplishments are worth sharing so we can draw inspiration and motivation for continuous progress. My prayer is that we will continue working hard, just as we have done to date, so that achievement of our university will continue to be recognized in various forms and at different quarters. Student scholarships. In keeping with theme 3 of the university's 2014-2016 corporate strategic plan, we have succeeded in awarding 60 students scholarship at the bachelor diploma level for the 2016-2017 academic year. A top-up of that scholarship is anticipated as the committee has submitted their report and recommendations have been made. We also have in place the Vodafone Ghana Scholarship Project, which is upstream, and scholarships have been subsequently awarded as a result of that. I'd like to talk on an area which is very dear to my heart. Considering that human resource as a vital target for investment, the Division of Human Resources continuing with their scheduled training workshop for our administrators and professional senior members as well as senior and junior members during the period of the review. Such training programs will continue in the year ahead of us and will involve a variety of other related and interesting topics. In-service training sessions were also organized for junior and senior staff, including our health and security. In order to ensure that such sessions are sufficiently organized for all target groups, the Division of Human Resources has drawn a comprehensive training schedule for the 2016-2017 academic year, and indeed plans are far ahead in creating a professional development unit to facilitate all such training. Proposals for this will soon come to academic board. Sponsor programs. The University Furtherance of its staff development, which is also core to my heart, and to drive the 2014-2018 corporate strategic plan, has sponsored a number of our staff to pursue further studies. I am extremely pleased to know that during the year under review, more faculty members applied for sponsorship to enable them attend conferences both in Ghana and abroad. In all, a total of 43 staff were granted study leave with pay to pursue doctorate and master's programs in various disciplines within Ghana and abroad. 24 senior members, 9 senior staff, and 10 junior staff. It is exciting to know that senior members from non-teaching department were also sponsored to attend various conferences. The breakdown is as follows, but you spare me the drudgery of going through the breakdown, and I would say that the total number for all of this is 43, given that I can't make reference to it through PowerPoint presentation. I'm not at least to say that at least we have about 23 plus senior members currently undertaking PhDs. We are currently processing a total of 55 applications for promotion to several ranks within the teaching and non-teaching hierarchy. I'm also sure that you have noticed a large number of people now being promoted. This is either because they are doing more robust researches, as I want to believe, or there has been significant streamlining in the process to facilitate quick returns. In line with our guidelines, applicants are informed of the status of the application at various stages of the process. I have been impressed with the submission from various faculty members for promotion. According to the budget for staff development and conference, accordingly, the budget for staff development and conference attendance was tripled in the last budget. We multiplied it by 3. And yet, I'm still disappointed at the number that is taking advantage of it, even though quite a reasonable number is being so comparatively. I entreat you to take advantage of this, to have some foreign exposure and attention. International conferences. We are doing very well. Currently, we're putting up a conference, international conference of competency-based training and research, which is going to be in Kumasi. It's going to give an opportunity for scholars throughout the world between the 13th and 15th September to rub minds. We wish to encourage everybody to avail himself of the opportunity. The graduate seminars are on stream. Recently, we had an international visiting scholar research seminar series, not properly attended, but those who participated argued about its benefits to scholarship and research. A number of scholars within the university have received some grants. The latest is the Atintono team, who won an 87,750, is it thousand or million? 1,000 grant from Plan Ghana to undertake quality assurance of the translation and complementary basic education. In the related development, 7 out of 13 grants awarded to colleges of education on the TTEC Challenge Fund went to 9 of the colleges of education that the university assisted in their proposal writing. The 9 colleges together received 927,604.40 thousand. The fund was paid to the colleges and is to be managed by them with support from UW. Ironically, we are yet to feel much of the impact of that fund, and I think that those who participated in the proposal writing somewhat feel hard done by. But it is critical to also appreciate the fact that had it not been UW leading the front, this money could not have been won, and therefore it goes to underscore the research potentials of this great university. The research fund is also upstream. The fund hasn't taken off completely. We feel a little bit disappointed that it has not taken off completely because so much money has been voted into that fund. I have had some conversation with the chairman 2 days ago, and he has pledged that he will set the ball rolling. I indicated to him that if in the next 2 weeks we did not see any evidence of the fund coming upstream, we probably would consider a reshuffle of the committee. But I take his word seriously, and I'm sure that herefrom we'll see the impact of that. It is important to take advantage of this research fund because there's a lot of money there. And if you apply for it and you have a very good proposal, there should be no reason why you wouldn't be giving that money to do research on whatever scale. We have from very small to large scale, very small money to very big money. We can involve even other universities across the country. When I say big money, I mean big money. One other interesting thing is that we have also restructured the website to boost our image and visibility. And the web development unit and the media department have consistently, if you notice, updated the site with current happenings on the campuses. The current desire of our site has been structured in a way to allow all staff to contribute, and some are already taking advantage of that. It would also be critical that we begin to share our researches on the web to see that Winneba is actually moving towards a research institution. And it is heartwarming that some of our faculty continue to share their researches and expertise. We acknowledge and we should congratulate all of those who are doing that, who have demonstrated their prowess in such activities during the period of the review. Owing to the widespread thievery and theft in offices, plans are underway for staff in some areas to begin to wear identification tags. Look at identification tags in a positive light. During office hours. This will be discussed further, but would encourage all staff to participate in the exercises. This year, 2016, we launched the UNESCO Global Education Monitoring Report on the 17th of November 2016. This brought the university again to limelight since we had the privilege of hosting that center at the Jofus Anamwa Mensa Conference. The theme was consistent with attainment of the Millennium Goal 4 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have done tremendously well in sport, which is the next focus of interest, to the extent that we sponsored a number of students. The game which aimed at fostering unity on the African continent, 35 participating universities, 9 countries from South Africa, Ghana, Uganda, Botswana, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Ghana. We were also there. And in Ghana, it was only Legon and UEW. Contradict me if I'm wrong. At KUST, okay. Only 3 institutions were able to. This year's Farmers' Day celebration, as part of our social responsibility, the university played a significant role. It is a shame that we cannot deem some of these things live. We supported the municipal assembly, the municipality, with a number of presentations to the farmers, which involved equipment, 60 sharpened crocodile machetes, 20 pair of Wellington boots, and 4 boxes of fishing hooks as our corporate social responsibility to the community. We continue to engage in a lot of social responsibilities. We visited the paramount chief, the Igate, and paid the cases. Last Friday, we had the privilege also visiting His Majesty Otufo, and he was so gracious to us and had indicated that at the least opportunity, he'll be happy to visit Winneba, because that is one area he wishes to come and never had the opportunity to do so. He sends his greetings. There were also a number of parks and collaborative activities under the year of review. We continue to be a mentor to other university colleges and to help them grow. We have established a number of agreements with a number of institutions, namely Al Farouk College of Education, NIDA in Bangkok, Thailand. Already 4 PhDs have come from that end, and in the recent past we signed a further memorandum of understanding, and it is important that members of Convocation would take advantage of that. University College Capital, Copenhagen, Denmark. A delegation was in our office 3 days ago, and we had fruitful discussion. Data Link Institute is also affiliated at Sky College of Design and Technology, is also on board. They had their inauguration today. Unfortunately, we considered the convocation, and therefore I could not physically be present. Acha College of Education and Ho Technical Universities are some of the institutions that we are mentoring for the year under review. Staff of the university have continued to provide support to colleges of education under the TTL I already mentioned. Commander College of Education has been assisted to develop their website and learning management system. Their staff were also trained in basic skills for effective use of Microsoft Office package. Clearly, it would appear that some individuals are already benefiting from the TTL arrangement. But we want that benefit to also come to the proposal developers. Physical infrastructure. For the university, we need to achieve its vision of being an international, reputable institution for teacher education and research. Massive strategic investment in its fiscal infrastructure environment cannot be overlooked. We have therefore embarked on a fiscal development program aimed at expanding facilities to meet the demands of an increasing number of students and staff. The construction of dual carriage asphalt road, when we came into office, the place, Professor Assembly had done a bit of it, and we credit him for the initiative. We came over to place asphalt on it and proceeded further to introduce the installation of solar street lights. This is all consistent with our continuity agenda of making the University of Education a reputable institution. We have also procured 70 sets of solar lights from the University of Energy and Natural Resources, and this will be distributed and installed at the various campuses. It is important to know that the solar lights were part of the University of Energy and Natural Resources program to support and ensure the provision of renewable and efficient products to public institutions. Staff accommodation. There are very serious issues regarding staff accommodation, and we cannot sweep that under the carpet. To increase our housing stock and also provide decent accommodation for staff to all on the campuses of the university, we have started the construction of 3-bedroom apartments. You see the first phase on the way to SNIT. We'll do 3 of these on this campus and we'll move to other campuses. We anticipate that within the next 10 years, it should be possible to minimize the challenges faced by our faculty in terms of accommodation. The first of such structures is being constructed at the North Campus. Contracts have been awarded for the renovation and rehabilitation of existing staff facilities as well. We have gone to the threshold where it may be necessary to tie continuous post-retirement contract to vacation from staff accommodation. we probably have to debate and discuss this further. That from a certain time, if you are not able to move out of university accommodation for others to take advantage of, it may be necessary that your contract is not renewed at all. If we don't put in place that type of mechanism, the pressure on young faculty when they are recruited is unbearable. First of all, they don't have the money like some of us sitting in front here. They can't dispute that. And then they have to go and look for money to pay advances. Once we have, not that our staff on contract haven't contributed significantly. They have, and we respect their contribution. But it's also important that some fair arrangement is put in place so that the young faculty do not lose. A number of duty post bungalows have been completed, and we have also constructed kitchenette attached to the various halls of residence. The issue of staff accommodation is an issue, but student accommodation is probably perhaps even of a more significant concern. Currently, the University of Education accommodates less than 17% of its total student population. Therefore, in fulfillment of our commitment to increase student residential facility on campus, the following projects are upstream. 2,000 bed resident behind Simpa Hall, 2,000 bed resident Site 2 opposite the Graduate Hall, 2,000 bed Hall of Residence adjoining the State Hostel. A similar one will be done in Ajumako, but that will be 1,000 bed. Professor, I can see that you are eliciting a smile already. There's going to be a construction of commercial center here. It's upstream already. It is anticipated that this should be done by December this year. When that is done, facilities provided will include banking halls, food court, lettable offices and shopping spaces, and many more. And then a construction of another 2,000 bed resident at Kumasi campus, which is yet to be awarded. These projects are necessary for us to grow our retirement checks. Where I sit, I have the opportunity of seeing the monthly retirement package of our gallant colleagues who have worked 20 years and are retired. What they take home? What they take home? Well, I don't want to let Convocation know how impoverished you can be when you are retired, and therefore I do not want to mention the figure. But it is hard. I do not see how any of us can survive well on that amount. It is sad. When we are laughing, it is sad. And if we don't framework for our own pension, if we don't framework for our own pension, it is okay to have full employment and not think of the years to come. And therefore, if you watch, we are concentrating this time our resources into goose projects. We've done a lot for the entire studentship. We'll continue to do faculty block for lecturers and etc. But we must put money into our pension. Last year, thankfully, because of our prudent financial arrangement and the management of goods, we started paying enhanced pensions from last year. And in that enhanced pension, people who were taking 700 Ghana are now taking 2,000 something. That is even not good enough. And so if you retired probably 3 years ago, your paycheck will be anything between 700 and 800 and 900. If you retired last year, you probably attract anything between 18, 20, 21, depending on how long you have contributed. And even that, you cannot be jubilant about that type of money. Is that okay? If you are lucky to have a contract, well, fine. You patch a few things, But without that, it is a concern, and therefore, it is critical that as Convocation, we need to look somewhat inward, because when you're in retirement, a mosquito bite can kill you. That notwithstanding, there are several projects that have been awarded and are upstream. The University Hospital is up there. The hospital is coming entirely from Income Generation Fund, IGF. Part of your salary we cut and the other activities that we cut, which enables us to put in place facilities of this nature. And it is good to have a facility of this nature, because when you are even retired, we pay your health bills. The lecture offices block is coming out very fast. This is very critical, given the antecedents in the past. I'm sure the registrar understands that very well. And you and your man understand that very well, and we don't want a repeat of those events, and therefore I think that when that office is complete, it is expected that at least senior lecturers upwards should be able to have an office to themselves. And in exceptional cases, a few would share. But the need for an office space for a university lecturer is critical, because a lot of learning goes on. You cannot be counseling a student and then you have a colleague sitting by who would appear very focused on what he's doing, but it's essentially eavesdropping into your conversation. The IED Center in Accra, the contractor has been introduced to site. The IED Center in Segakope, they are introducing the contractor to site today. The director of IED was supposed to go. I placed an injunction on him. The university practice school in Kumasi, the contractor has come to site. The professor, has he come to site? Very good. The contractor has come to site. It was thought that the Winneba Basic School would outstrip the Kumasi one, but for some reason Kumasi has taken the lead. Fencing of the Kumasi campus phase 1 is ongoing. We are dealing with the trespassers. We won the court case that makes the land ours, and we've served them notice that they are trespassing. Recently, we had to incarcerate a carpenter who was finishing an uncompleted building. Has it been released? It's on bail, okay. We are also extending the cleaning at the Kumasi campus. It's almost completed. Renovation of the transport yard at Kumasi campus has been completed. Refurbishment of the administration block is in progress. Renovation of Opoku Wari Hall is ongoing. Construction of the car park and access road to the home economics block and the new 3,000 capacity hall of residence, I think is also ongoing. Renovation of the catering block has been awarded, and lecturers are to be relocated to allow work to commence. I do not know whether they have been relocated yet. 5,000 pieces of furniture, lecture hall furniture, have been bought and distributed to the various campuses. I'm sure you physically see some of them packed around. At the Jumako, fencing of the wall phase 1 has been awarded and is under construction. Professor Amar, right. Work is in progress. However, encroachment and land litigation issues are pending, and we are in court there too. Renovation of the principal's bungalow, it should be completed or near completion. Construction of the faculty block work has stalled due to contractual issues, which are being rehearsed for work to commence. But we have awarded the electricity and the plumbing. Yeah, so that's also done. Renovation of the cafeteria at the North Campus, Down Assembly Hall, is also in progress. At the Central Campus, Amu Theatre has been renovated. The lecture block for School of Creative Arts projects at Central Campus is nearing completion. At the South Campus, renovation of Gate B work is practically completed. Renovation of Agri Hall at South Campus cafeteria contract has been awarded and work is progressing steadily. Colleagues, clear from all this, there is ample evidence, empirical, that a lot of work is going on. From the foregoing, it can be seen that a lot has happened during the period under review, less than 1.5 years. And yet a lot more is currently ongoing. Indeed, a lot more should also happen in the future so that the university can grow from strength to strength. We hope that these arrangements would enable our university to have modern facilities for the provision of first-class services to staff, students, and the general public. However, critical to this is our ability as a university to sustain what has happened and what is still happening. It is our desire that by the time these projects are all completed, the face of the University of Education Winneba will change, and the quality of life of staff and students will be enhanced. No more will our students be saying, this place is not like a university, this place is not like Legon, because the infrastructure base of those universities would have been replicated at the University of Education too, and then would have been categorized as one of the universities. Colleagues, you would also have noticed, even though not many take sight of that periodically, every month, we pay salaries on time. It is assumed that salaries must come as a matter of course, and therefore, no one even gives it a mind when salaries get paid. We must commend the finance officer and his team for the prompt payments of salaries consistently over time. It demonstrates prudent financial management. Unlike all other universities, do you know how they get paid? They go to bank and borrow to pay salaries. But the University of Education Winneba is so robust in terms of our management that if subvention does not come for 4 months, we pay salaries. And on time, the timetable is there. We have never slept. Challenges. Staff accommodation has been one of our major challenges. I highlighted that. In fact, there is enormous pressure on staff accommodation. Many people who have retired still occupy accommodation. I have said that already. However, we are hopeful that our staff accommodation project will be completed soon to give all of us a relief. Moderator, the rate at which lecture room furniture is being damaged is alarming and calls for concern. It is surprising how lecture room furniture has been abandoned outdoors, a lot of them broken. I think we need to talk with our students about the importance of caring for property that belongs to the university. They must be made to appreciate how university property needs to be treated and cared for so that it can be enjoyed by all of us. When I was in the faculty, it was terrible how furniture was trashed. And if you watch or you are able to estimate the amount of money we put in procuring furniture, it's alarming. It's alarming. And I do not know whether the development committee will want to discuss this in greater depth as a way to establish a way forward out of this. Some of the students trashed the furniture, and I have heard comments of students saying, well, if you don't destroy them, they won't buy new ones. Good citizens will produce them. There is also delay in DE course book delivery. But the delay, and one of the major challenges that we face, is the writers' failures to meet deadlines. I have just signed a number of contracts for new crop of writers, and I thought that the amount being paid was quite handsome. I do not know what we need to do to enable them to finish on time, but these delays are causing us a lot of headache because we are in competition with other universities. We need to work harder to further enhance distance education delivery in that regard. Lighting on this campus. Admittedly, lighting on our campuses is barely satisfactory. In fact, it is not good. Though a lot has been done to fix this problem, the lighting is still dim at certain parts of the campus. This is totally unacceptable and inexcusable. And I think that the various agencies that are responsible for this lighting should be up and doing. It doesn't require a dean to go around, a registrar to go around ensuring that the campus is properly lit. It doesn't require the Vice-Chancellor to go to the social studies faculty to find out that those computers there are not working and they are oozing with some green element, God knows what. It doesn't require the Vice-Chancellor to draw attention that the computers there fixing the wall are not working and other leakages. Nor does it require the Vice-Chancellor to draw attention to the fact that on an important occasion like this, the computer people couldn't get it right. People get paid for the jobs that they do. Those of us who are coming from straight academic, we wish to emphasize issues of academia. There are people who are paid for the jobs that they do, and the renege upon that, it is a serious issue. Colleagues, you have sat down for a long time. Pensive. Of course, a few have cat-napped out of tiredness because they have been teaching the whole day, which is understandable. And therefore, I wish to conclude that the challenges we face are huge. We need to work together as a group. The growth of this university is not only about the Vice-Chancellor or the Registrar. Those who stand aloof and watch must begin to rethink. Those who expose the university to outsiders must understand that the University of Education remains their greatest source of sustenance. Those who are rhapsodic in photocopying anything they set eyes upon for distribution must ask themselves whether that is a worthwhile behavior. We are now at the threshold where the sanctity of medical reports of staff cannot even be guaranteed in this system. Nonetheless, we remain indebted to all helpful staff and students for the understanding and cooperation as we continue to enhance our physical campus to the standards of excellence to our student, faculty, and those that the staff deserve. I'm particularly grateful to members of Convocation for your continuous cooperation and support. It is my prayer that this bond of unity will continue so that together we build a repeatable institution in the South region. The university has grown, and Convocation should be applauded for the role they have played in this growth. We cannot overlook the contribution of staff in this process, and I would like to use this occasion to thank you all so much. Indeed,